Hi everybody. Yes, of course, we are spinning another flower today, and we're going to be using a Prussian blue base coat. This is Amsterdam Prussian blue mixed with water only. Let's go ahead and get this party started. I'm going to go ahead and pour out a little square with my base coat. All right, let's go ahead and give this a spin. I just want to smooth it out and thin it out a little bit. Okay, all right, that's too fast, way too fast. All right, what was I thinking? I'm gonna do a really quick depth check just to make sure that I did not thin this out too much while I spun it, because I did spin it a little bit more than what I normally do. Center is probably about here. Okay, all right, that actually looks good. So this is what it looks like, the depth, which is about what I'm going for. I'm gonna check around the center too. Okay, and that is quite thin. So I will need to put more base coat on around the puddle. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my first color. I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down just to find my center, and then I'll go ahead and pour more base coat around. Now, the reason I'm pouring more base coat out before I finish laying my colors is because just in case this does have a lot of bubbles in it, after I torch it, I want to give it time for more bubbles to come up so I can torch and get as many out as I can before I even start the blowout. So that's the reasoning behind it. So I'm gonna start pouring this probably about right here, because I do want the edge to be slightly thicker than the center. All right. I'm telling you, every time I work with Prussian blue, it's just bubble palooza in here. The last Prussian blue one I did, it was the same. Gold in the center. Doing a lot of gold. I think that gold will be quite nice in framing out each of the colors. Another quick little depth check here. I'm gonna go out about here. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's just slightly thicker. I don't know, can you see that? Just slightly thicker than what it was in the center. I think there's a little shadow over it. Actually, that may be a little too thick. Let's just go and see what happens. Directly out to the side. So I'm gonna just place dots where I want the colors. So that is my violet. This is my blue, which is probably gonna go this way. Do I lay the rest of them down? Maybe. This is green. Yellow. Red. All right, let me go ahead and add more pearl violet here. I mean, I do want to make sure I have enough pearls in here. All right, let's go ahead and do the first blowout and just see what that looks like. I do have to torch in between these just to make sure there's no extra bubbles. Okay, next one is yellow. I'm not liking how this is blowing out. Okay, next one is pearl red. I don't actually like how that one blew out. Let's go ahead and separate out the petals a little bit. I will start over here. I think some of these are going to struggle because I felt like the base coat was getting quite thin. So I'm actually going to pour more base coat around all of the petals. All right, moment of truth here. Let's see how this starts spinning out, and we'll see if we need to make some adjustments from there. Sometimes my prettiest flowers have the weirdest blowouts. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a push with the hair dryer. I really need that to go a little bit that way. Burn my, did y'all see that? I just burned that. I thought I had it on low. All right, I think it's gonna fall off, but I needed it to be a little bit wider. And I kind of feel like I need to do the same here too. Oh my God, there's like no paint down there. Like I said, I'm just gonna give that a little push to make it a little wider. All right, let's go ahead and go again. That blue and that violet are killer. This one is really stressing me out. Okay, I'm gonna go fast here. See, sometimes you just gotta go a little bit faster. Oh my gosh. When I did that fast spin earlier, I flung paint everywhere. It is all over my paint room. I think that we're done here. I need to be very quick here with these edges because when you stop spinning and then you start spinning again, new paint folds over and then it can mess with your edges. And I just need to make sure I blow the paint down so it looks nice and uniform. Okay, it really needed that fast spin so that I could get it to bloom out a little bit better. I think this is actually very pretty, but I also think it throws it off just because of that area where I burned that paint, and that was a total mistake. I thought I had my torch on low, but I didn't. I had it on high and I put it really close and, you know, scorch. I mean, I keep going back to this. Like at a distance, I feel like it really throws things off. Up close, I think it's really cool. Okay, oh my gosh, y'all. I do not know why I did not lead with this. I get a text message, a group text this morning, and it says there is another alligator in the lake and there's a picture of it. I go about my morning, I'm mixing paints, I'm washing clothes. A few hours go by and I look and I've got like 50 text messages, right, from this group. Now, of course, one person's, telling us alligator jokes. Another person's kind of freaked out. It was just, all over the board. And, but what happened was they're like, the alligator moved, like we don't know where it is now. And then this one lady who lives across the street, she goes, Sherry, it's at your neighbor's house. I'm like, what? She said, it's at your neighbor's house. It's in her pool. And she's like, I don't know her name. And I was like, oh my God, I do. She's not there though. She's out of town. And like her gate is all locked because she's got a pool, right? So it's pretty secure. And it must have like dug its way under there. But anyway, so I was able to peek through and yeah, sure enough, it was still in her pool. So anyways, the city of Sugar Land was going to send somebody out to get it. As of yet, they have not gotten it. It's not really that big. I mean, maybe I just go over and get it. Just kidding. Anyways, so yeah, that was like all the drama today. My only concern is that because he is small and they can dig, maybe he wants to dig under my fence and come hang out in the shade of my backyard. So every time I take my dog out there. Like, I've got her on a lead. I check the yard first, make sure there's no gators back there, and that we're all good. So I'm like, this is just not something I ever thought that I would need to think about. All right, here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna stand on my little ladder, try to assess this and figure out like what I need to do here. We will be back. We're back, and here are the dried results. Now, this isn't varnished yet, but the shine of these pearl colors just amazes me. Now, I'm not really a big fan of that yellow against the dark blue, but somehow this whole thing just works. That's all I've got for now. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.